In today's video, we are going to learn how to maximize our run potential through learning how to run between the wickets. We are going to be splitting this video into 3 different segments, with each segment covering something that we feel is really important towards running between the wickets well, and a couple of other peripheral things that we do need to think about at the same time. The first thing we're going to be looking at is how to slide your bat correctly. This is obviously for the quick singles or running ones, making sure that the bat goes over the line. The reason you want to slide your bat over the line is because until your bat touches the ground behind the line, you could be considered run out. So if it's in the air over the line, the run out is still possible. So you want to slide the bat before the line to give yourself more chance of having the bat touch the ground at the closest point behind the line. How we want to do that is we want to slide either on the flat side with the bat face pointed down, or on the back side with the spine facing down to allow the bat to slide there. As you can see, it slides nice and smoothly through the point of contact without any stoppages in that. What we don't want to do is we don't want to be sliding on the edge of the bat, because that becomes a sharp point which could dig into the ground. It could break the toe of your bat, but at the same time it could stop the bat from moving through that motion, and you could get stuck before the line and therefore get run out because you're losing out on the distance of the stretch. Another thing you want to look at is to make sure that your arm is nice and extended to give yourself even more distance on it, to give yourself that extra little bit of chance to make sure you can get in and not get run. In the second segment, we're going to be looking at the turn. For this, it's important that when you're turning, your chest is still facing the direction from which the ball is coming, because this allows us to see what the fielder is doing and to allow us to judge whether we can go for another run or whether we're going to stay in the crease. We still feel that for this, if the ball is not coming back in the turn, you're already going to take a couple of steps out of the crease to show intent. This also puts pressure onto the fielders, and you can turn that easy one into a comfortable 2. For the turn, what we really want to focus on is as we get into the crease, we want to be nice and low, and as we turn, our foot's already starting to turn towards a side-on angle so that we can push off nice and quickly and really maximize a small amount of time for the turn and a very strong push off. So the first couple of meters where we're moving forward, we maximize our speed and cut down on the turning time, and all of this in the end is going to make our 2 running ability or 3 running ability that much quicker, which could put pressure on the fielders and maximize our run return. So instead of getting the single, we're now getting 2s, and that's doubling our run profit from those shots. For the third segment, we're going to focus on the last couple of meters before we get into the crease. So we're going to link up the turn now with making sure that we get nice and low at the end so that we can tap our bat over the line and have a good push off when we turn to really maximize that speed. We also want to be low in the exit from the turn, because those first couple of steps, it's like a sprinter steps where you can generate the most power from your feet to really accelerate through before you get nice and upright again. This is going to make the turn time even less, but at the same time, it's going to make sure that our running speed in those sections is at its absolute peak and can really help us get there and back in the quickest possible time. The basic drill, what we're going to do is we're going to take a rope and take it from the bottom of the shoulder line, just about the chest line, across about 2 to 2.5 meters away from the crease line. The batter is going to run towards the crease. He has to go under the rope, turn and tap, and then go back under the rope on the way out. It is really important to practice this going both ways, because you never know which side you may need to turn in a game. You might be more dominant on one side, but your partner might be dominant on the other side. So it's important to know which way to turn and be comfortable with turning both ways, so you can watch what's happening and give yourself the best chance to run all the runs that you need to. If you did enjoy this video, please leave a like below, and also consider subscribing, as these videos take a long time to produce and we would really appreciate it.